Hey guys, it's Nicole Eaton with the Rock Your Soul book and podcast. I'm so excited to help you master your mind, shift your perspective, and take your life to the next level. Are you ready? The following are chapters from my book, Rock Your Soul, The Down-to-Earth Guide to Mastering Your Mind, now available on Amazon and at NicoleEaton.com. Chapter 5, Intention. Your thoughts are powerful and they guide perception, which means by being intentional in choosing your thoughts, you can begin to see different information in your world and feel better emotionally. This is great news. Now we know we can choose to feel better. An intention is simply a thought that contains an outcome we wish to have or feel. Your intention might be as simple as, today is a great day, or I feel so confident going into this presentation. Now you might be saying, every day is not a great day, Nicole. I hear you. However, simply saying today is a great day improves your perceptual filters, which means your brain will begin to look for evidence in your environment to match your new thought. You're more likely to notice situations, experiences, and people in alignment with how you feel. You may notice the guy who helped you out in the copy room instead of zoning in on the fact that the copy machine broke. You may notice positive feedback over that one critical review. An intention is a map asking your brain to find a route to your destination. Setting an intention in your head, out loud, or on paper immediately demands your brain to start looking both internally and externally for possibilities. Being intentional about choosing better thoughts can help you become more successful, communicate better, develop confidence, manage stress and negative emotions, and become more present. So, basically, kick major ass. I want you to think of every thought as having its own search party. When you think or speak a thought declaring you can't find or have what you're looking for, the gates come down, trapping the search party in a small jail cell. Now all they can do is sit around playing poker and drinking beer. If you change your intention to something like, the answer is clear to me, the search party fuels up with Red Bull, turns on their headlamps, and scans all areas of your mind and external world for evidence to match your intention. You can set an intention for anything and everything. It's like collaborating with your brain, letting your mind know your expectations. You can create an intention around what kind of day you want to have. You can devise an intention for how you'd like to feel. Consider the impact of repeating, I'm so tired. Your body has no choice but to look for symptomatic evidence. You can create an intention for how you'd like a certain situation to go or how you want to feel during the experience. I'm calm, cool, and collected when speaking on stage to hundreds of listeners. You can set an intention for your career. I'm the top performer on my sales team for this quarter. Selling comes easy. I even score a bonus. You can set an intention for relationships. I feel seen, loved, and supported in my relationship. You can set an intention for opening your heart and mind to see things from a different perspective. Your power is unlimited, and the only requirement is awareness and mindfulness of your thoughts. Practicing intention setting frequently will allow the magical aspects of the power of your mind to become clear. Setting intentions is a great way to rewire your brain from negative to positive. In order for your intention to really create new neural pathways, you must feel it. Without feeling, you're not making the full connection with your brain. If you've repeated an intention over and over that you have absolutely no connection to, the impact isn't as strong. Help your brain believe the thought by scaling the affirmation back to a thought you're at least willing to believe. For example, if you've decided that rather than thinking you're absolutely suck at your sales job, that you're going to set the intention to be the top salesperson in your company, your brain might try to fight you. Believing you're top in sales is way too different from the thought that you've worked so hard to believe that you suck too fast. Try scaling it back. If you can't be top in your sales, can you at least be top in your district? Can you do 10 more sales than last month? Scale back your affirmation and your intention until what you're wanting to improve feels doable, feels possible. From there, you can build onto your intention once your belief and confidence grow and you begin to see evidence to confirm your new belief. You must tell your brain what you want it to see. Changing your brain requires you to collaborate with it. The more frequently you encourage your mind to feel good, the more you will see these perceptions reflected in your external world, the better you will feel every single day. You have the power. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Chapter 6, Word Choice. Some people don't like that I curse like a sailor. It's worse in person. My potty mouth is not something I'm proud of. However, growing up, I was never in trouble for subtly sprinkling swear words throughout my vocabulary. A dash of damn here, a fickle F-bomb there. Swear words simply do not mean as much to me, nor do they feel intensely negative. In all honesty, I find swearing to be a bit fun. I promise I'm an adult. I mentioned my love of cursing for a reason. Words have massive power, especially pertaining to how we feel about ourselves in the world. The weight of words develops power or lacks power depending on how we're using them and how they were used during our development. For example, if you were severely punished every time you swore, I imagine my fondness for profanity is reaching a level of disgust for you. Uncovering which words have power versus which words taking away your power can be useful in both managing emotional reactivity and amplifying your intentions. Knowledge of word choice can even help you move on quicker through tough situations by decreasing negative emotions, detaching you from unhealthy situations or past hurts. That sounds pretty rad, right? I once heard a story about a man, we will call him Tom, who was on a safari somewhere in the Amazon rainforest. Good old Tommy was accompanied by a couple of other tourists exploring the beauty of the draped vines, gorgeous plants, and unusual wildlife. 2 hours into the late afternoon tour, the small van broke down dead center of the rainforest. As the guide called for help, the sun began to set. Tom panicked, knowing the darkness of the Amazon housed the most dangerous creatures. As the majority of the tourists freaked the hell out, one of the women seemed unbothered by the potentially life-threatening scenario. She remained calm, pointing out the beauty in the moonlight and positively reflecting on the rest of the day. The man grew more and more upset. How could she not understand the seriousness of this situation? Was she a moron? His fear grew into anger. Why would the guide company send him out in a broke-down vehicle? He was pissed. He proceeded to tell himself just how upset he was, building and growing the intensity of his distraught feelings. He was going to sue those mother effers for all they were worth if he ever made it back. Meanwhile, the woman remained cool, calm, and collected, noting the experience as a slight inconvenience rather than a total tragedy. All was well until a jaguar leapt through the window, brutally mauling the man who was angry and bitching. I'm kidding. I made that part up. But getting eaten by a jaguar seems like appropriate karma. This story is not just an example of how word choice drives emotion, but also how two people can view the same situation completely opposite ways. It's impossible to move out of a crappy mindset by using the same words that got you there. Using words like pissed or upset will leave you pissed and upset. The woman, on the other hand, used the word inconvenience and expressed gratitude for the day. Her search for positives lessened the emotional impact, creating less distress in a tricky situation. You can manage your own emotions in difficult situations by being mindful of what words you're using and how you're talking to yourself. You see, negative emotions like worry or anger do not improve or change the situation or outcome. They only create emotional distress during the experience. At the end of the day, Tom was still ravaged by a jaguar and wasted the last few hours of his life in a pissy mood. Or would have if the story was real. I was recently chatting with a friend who was experiencing a difficult time transitioning from a recent breakup. He destroyed me. I am so devastated, she exclaimed. You can't give him that power, I replied. Destroyed and devastated are both negative, powerful words. The more power you give your situation and this breakup, the more emotions you will have to wade through, prolonging your ability to heal and move on. By using heavy words, she was giving her power away. Consider the weight of your words, negative or positive. Lessen the blow of a challenging circumstance by choosing words that have less emotion behind them. How differently would my friend have felt if instead of devastating, she described the breakup as a small setback or an annoyance or even a bother? The same can be said about positive, powerful words. At one point, starting my business, I had a mentor who was total powerhouse. When she walked in the room, you could feel her presence bringing confidence to each interaction. She was well-spoken and sure of herself. I, on the other hand, was not. I didn't know what the hell I was doing running a business. In fact, I struggled finding words to even tell people what my business offered. My elevator speech was comprised of a confusing over-explanation downplaying my expertise. Every time I met up with this mentor, her power was clear. Powerhouse became a word representing confidence, poise, and an energy that demanded attention. I began to use this word to describe myself. I'm a powerhouse. I'd repeat while doing mundane activities like brushing my teeth or driving to work. I mean, why not me? Why can't I be a powerhouse? I've got to be honest, at first, this intention and affirmation felt like bullshit. But after a few days of dedication, I could feel the burst of energy pour in, my confidence ramp up, and a feeling of badassery consume me as I completed the intention. Use the power of words to improve yourself, your view of the world, your emotional reaction, and your ability to heal. Pay attention to the positive and negative power of the words you choose. Make sure the words are helping you move forward instead of keeping you stuck. Thank you so much for listening to the Rock Your Soul book and podcast. Make sure to catch future chapters in the upcoming weeks. Take a moment to book a one-on-one personalized soul therapy session with me or catch a live event by visiting www.nicoleeaton.com or follow me on Instagram at nicoleeaton.xo. Thank you.